Welcome back, friends. Thank you so much for being here. Today we're going to go thrifting together for summer decor. So I'm going to bring you along to several different stores and share with you some tips and ideas of things that I love to look for while I'm out thrifting to add in like a fresh, patriotic summer type of look. And I'm excited to see what all that we can find, share some tips and ideas of things I like to keep an eye out for, and hopefully inspire you with ideas of how to decorate your own homes for summer. I'm also going to look for a few other things other than patriotic decor to give some different summer decor ideas. So I hope that you enjoyed this, and we will get right on into the thrifting. After we get back from thrifting, I'm also going to share with you some pieces that I already have that I've collected over the years that I'm going to be using in my patriotic decor. So stay tuned until the end to see all of that and get a few more ideas. So our first stop on this day was this Volunteers of America thrift store. We were actually in a different state when I filmed this video on a work trip for my husband, so I had never been to this store before or any of the places we went, so it was super fun to get to check out some new places. And I was super excited right away that we spotted this beautiful set of blue willow dishes. I love collecting any type of blue and white dishes for summer decor. I feel like it's just a very simple and beautiful way to add in that blue and white, and then you can add in your pops of red, and it's just a simple and easy way to make it feel festive for the 4th. So I always like to keep an eye out for those type of dishes. If you aren't doing a patriotic theme for summer and you're looking for some other ideas, I always like to think of what fresh fruits are in season right now. Right now in Kentucky, we are in strawberry season, and I love strawberry themed decor. I think it is adorable and so perfect for summer. And also what florals and plants are in bloom this time of year. So right now all of our roses are in bloom, so I love the idea of finding like cute little dishes with rose pattern on them. You can add like succulents to these little teacups and display them at your coffee bar. There's so many different ways you can decorate with these, and I think that they would be the perfect summery type of dish to add in. The next set of dishes that caught my eye were these really pretty bowls and plates here that were trimmed in this red and blue design. I had never seen these before, and I thought they would be so perfect for summer, and it would really tie in with all the other red and blue. And then I flipped them over and they say Johnson Brothers Ironstone on the back. So I thought that was super interesting. I'd never seen this pattern before. The next super fun stop was the Goodwill outlet bins. There was a bins not far from the area we were staying in, so we had to go and check it out one day, and I am so shocked with how many good things they had. So many good books. The majority of what I got from this one actually was books and cookbooks and a few gardening books, so that was super exciting. And then at the next Goodwill bins that we went to, I found a few more dishes and vintage pieces like that. So I'm just gonna look through all of this and share with you all some of the really awesome books that I saw. next Goodwill bins we stopped at, one of the first things I spotted was this really pretty floral print, and then I came across some of these stoneware bowls. They did have lots of age and discoloration to them, but I just think that adds so much character and definitely were pieces that I wanted to bring home. We decided to stay a little bit longer to give them time to rotate out the next set of bins before we checked out, and I'm so thankful that we did. This was at the bottom underneath a bunch of coats and jackets, and I pulled this out and I was literally speechless. I've been in love with collecting vintage quilts recently, and I never dreamed I would come across one at the Goodwill bins. And then I also thought those little Christmas tree cups were super beautiful, but I cannot wait to get home and share with you all what all that we found. So the last place we decided to check out was the retail store that was located right next to the bins. It was just like a regular Goodwill where everything was priced individually versus at the bins where you pay per pound for the items. So I saw some really pretty sets of dishes in here, nothing that I really wanted to get a whole set of, but it was super cool that they were in here. I even saw some really pretty ironstone little teacups and plates, and it was just really fun to shop around in a new area and see all these fun items. We're back home and I can't wait to share with y'all some of the pieces that we found. The first thrift store we went to was the Volunteers of America thrift store, and I had never been to one of those before, so it was super fun to check out and see what all they had. I did end up bringing 3 pieces home with me from the Blue Willow set that they had. I know in one of my last videos some of you all did tell me that you do collect it and you would love if I could find like replacement pieces for you to add to your collection or to go with your set. I don't think I've ever seen a Blue Willow creamer before. If I have, maybe I just can't remember, but I was super excited to see this because I thought it was a really unique piece, and it was $3, so I picked that up, and I think this would be so beautiful for summer with some greenery in it, and then stick a few of those mini little American flags in here, and it would just add a beautiful pop to your patriotic decor. And then I also got 2 of the Blue Willow salad size plates. Again, they were $2.99 each. And they're in such good condition. A lot of times when I find these pieces, they are cracked or chipped, and they aren't in very good condition. So I was super excited to see that these were just very nice and not cracked at all. And then again with the creamer, it's just in perfect condition. And then it has the Churchill England stamp on the bottom. So if you are interested in any of these beautiful little pieces to add to your summer decor or just to add to your Blue Willow collection, then I will have the link down below for where you can purchase these. I'm super happy that one of you were able to get the Blue Willow platter that I shared in one of my recent videos, and several of the little finds that I posted. So thank you again so much. I know I said it in my last video, so I'll make it short, but some of the other pieces that I found too, I'm also going to be listed on there if you're interested. So definitely check that out. It just means so much whenever you all purchase, and I get to share some of my vintage finds with some of you. It makes me so happy, so thank you. And next we also found some blue and white pieces at the bins. So everything else in this haul was from the bins, and then one thing was from the retail store that was next to the bins. But my husband found these Currier and Ives blue and white dishes, and I was so excited. There was a set of 4, but 2 of them were cracked, and they had big chips pretty bad in the front, so we decided to leave those behind, and we just got the 2 that were in perfect condition. And these are more of like a wintry scene, but I feel like you could still use these for summer because they are blue and white, and you can't really tell from far away that it is a winter scene, so it would look really beautiful displayed in a cabinet with some of your other patriotic decor, and then of course to use for winter. So we did get these 2, and they're like the large dinner plate size. They are the old grist mill scene, made in USA. I recently sold some little Currier and Ives teacups, and then I think a few little saucers, so I was excited to see these to add to the shop as well. Okay, the next thing I found at the bins are some baskets. I think baskets are so summery as well, and then of course it's perfect for all year round. There's so much you can do with them. I grabbed another one that is this size. I shared one of these in a recent haul, and I found one again, and since it was at the bins for so affordable, I thought I would go ahead and pick it up because baskets are getting to be so expensive at thrift stores, so anytime I can find them for a really, really good price, I like to get them to use around the house and then also just to decorate with. And then this basket I thought was such a unique size and shape. I love that it's a little square, and I thought this would be so perfect on my desk to put and hold all of my papers and notebooks. They're always just scattered about, and so I thought this was a really cute and like aesthetic way to store and to hold all those little pieces. So I'm gonna put all my little notebooks and things that I'm using at the time in here. And then next from the bins, I found this beautiful floral print. It's in a gold frame, and I have been wanting to get more framed pictures to go on that gallery wall in our bedroom. I just need a few more before it will be finished, and it will be filled with artwork. So I thought this was a perfect piece to add to it. I love the colors. I even love the matte and how it's like the very, very light blue with like the light peachy pink. It's literally perfect, and it's the exact colors that I have in that room. And again, the gold, I might actually rub and buff this gold frame because it's a little bit of like a yellow gold, and I think that the gold frames that I have in there is more of like a deep gold, so I'm probably gonna put some rub and buff on here just to get it more of the correct gold tone, and then we're gonna add it to that wall. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to share with you. I think the last clip that you saw was in my spring home tour. You can check out that video to see how the gallery wall looks so far, and then I've added a few more pictures to it since then, so I cannot wait to share the completed little gallery wall in an upcoming decorating video where we're going to be finishing up that room. And then I have a few more dishes, so let me go grab those. Okay, so I also found these 2 little ironstone teacups from the bins. There again was like 6 of these, but some of the handles were broke off, some of them had really bad chips, so I decided to only get the 2 that were in the best condition with no chips or cracks. I think they're such a pretty design. I just love these little teacups for like hanging or to use in a little vignette. And then again, these pieces here, so perfect for layering, so perfect to display in a little vignette. I found this one. All of these are like old stoneware with lots of cracks and crazing and discoloration, which I just think is beautiful. I love dishes like this. So I'm always so excited to see them, and I could not believe they were at the bins. It's absolutely crazy to me. And there's a little stamp on the back of that one. How pretty is that? It even has like gold detail. And then this one is my favorite. It has beautiful, beautiful aging and crazing on it. Such a pretty stoneware bowl. And then this one is, I believe this is a Homer Laughlin bowl. And again, it just has some really beautiful crazing on it. So those are like the stoneware bowls that I got, and the little teacups. And then we found this, I can't remember if I shared this in the shop with me or not, but this was in one of the clothing bins. I guess maybe someone had put it back, they just stuck it in there. But we found this incredible dough bowl. And I cannot tell if it's like a reproduction one or if it's an actual antique one, but to me it looks really old. It looks like some of the ones that I've seen like in antique shops before. It's like a really good medium size, and I thought it was just so pretty. So this is so perfect for Christmas time to put ornaments in. You can just put little vase filler in it for all year round, and I think it would make a really beautiful summer display with some greenery in it, with like some flags coming out of it. So many fun ways you can decorate with these. So that is all of the little decor pieces. And now I'm gonna share some of the books that I found. So I was on the hunt for patriotic books. So any books that were like red, white, and blue. And the first one that I found that I'm the most excited about is this incredible, this one, it goes with the patriotic summer decor, but I'm also just going to be using it all year round because it is gorgeous. It is Mastering the Art of French Cooking. The cover is just incredible. For some reason, I don't know why, but one of my most favorite things ever is just old, vintage, unique cookbooks. And this is just like the coolest one I've ever seen. And the back is the same design. And then the recipes in here, oh my goodness. Just, I know I keep saying it, but incredible, incredible. Love this. And then I found this little vintage red book, and of course, so perfect to put in with your patriotic decor. And it is, let's see, the year. The copyright date in this book is 1907, and it's all in French. I am just in love with pieces like this. Who would have thought just randomly at a Goodwill bins would be this incredible piece of history? I just love it. So that is going to be in one of my like patriotic little vignettes with some of my other books, and I'm going to share with you in just a minute some of my other America and patriotic summer themed little books that I'm going to be using, and some of my other decor that I already had that I'm going to be using for summer. So stay to the end to see all of that. But this next book is a book of poems, and this actually isn't old. I looked it up, and you can buy it new at Walmart or on Amazon. But I loved the color of it, which is what drew me to it. And there are some beautiful, beautiful classic poems in here. So I was really excited about this find, and I was reading some of these the other night, and they're just so beautiful. I love poems. And then the last book that I found, I love this so much, and I feel like I could have not found a more perfect book for this summer. It is the Old Farmer's Almanac Garden Fresh Cookbook, and this is full of over 325 recipes, all of things to make with your garden fresh produce. So how amazing is that? I'm going to be doing a garden update soon to share with you our garden. We have our big garden put out, like over 40 tomato plants. We are ready this year. We're going to be selling at the farmer's market. I mentioned that in a recent video. We have potatoes, 3 rows of onions, big rows, and just more than we've ever done. But I'm so excited about the summer and all that will hopefully come from it. I also grabbed 2 bags of this vintage lace and trim. It's all different colors, all different styles. I love adding this to little cards, to my junk journal, or to little sewing projects. I really was intrigued by this one. It's like a chunky ribbon. How pretty is that? I love finding these bags of little pieces like this because it just really gives you like some unique things to work with that you probably wouldn't find like new at a craft store. I don't know, like look at that one at the bottom. So pretty, that light blue. So I thought it was just a really good bag of pieces to have for little projects. And then I also got this one because it's full of this little like dainty trim and just lots of vintage lace ribbon. I even like to, like I said, add these little cards and letters and thank you cards and stuff. So Absolutely love that little find. And then the very last pieces I have for, oh wait, no, let me show the Goodwill retail store beside the bins. I found this egg basket for $2.99, and I just love these little egg baskets. That was such a good deal for that, because every time I see these, they're usually pretty expensive for those hand woven egg baskets. And then I have a find from Facebook. This was an online auction on Facebook, and I got both of these pillows for $3 for the set. And the first thing that I thought when I saw them is how perfect these are going to be for my summer decor. I just love the pattern. They're handmade, and you can see the little stitching along here. It's just the most beautiful fabric. I love these. And I cannot believe that my husband was able to win the bid at $3 for both. What an incredible deal for these. I did wash them as soon as we got them home. Any kind of fabric piece I go ahead and wash as soon as I get it home. Speaking of which, I forgot the quilt. The quilt that we found at the bins. Oh my goodness. I will insert a clip of the quilt. I shared it as soon as I found it in my cart when we were at Goodwill. But I did end up getting that vintage quilt. Cannot believe I found that. There were several quilts, and I saw that one of the ladies beside me had like 2 or 3 of them in her cart, and they were just absolutely gorgeous. I could not believe that they ended up at the Goodwill bins. I just can't believe it. So I ended up getting that. It is soaking right now. I shared in one of my recent videos how I wash the quilts is I just soak them in the bathtub with laundry detergent, and I do like several soaks until the water is not filthy anymore, and then I'll do like a light cycle in the wash and then hang them to dry. Our washing machine actually has a hand wash cycle, so I'll just do it like on the lightest hand wash cycle. And that is normally how I wash my vintage quilts, but some of you had really amazing tips of what you use and how you wash them, so go check out the comments of that video if you want some other ideas of good ways to wash your vintage quilts. But anyway, that quilt is in the middle of soaking right now, so I don't have that here for the haul, but I will share with you. I'll insert a clip of once it dries and what it looks like so y'all can see. Okay, so now I'm going to share some of the pieces that I already have that I've collected over the years that I'm going to be using to give you some ideas of some other things that you can be on the hunt for to use in your summer decor if you do a patriotic theme. So I got these 2 blue books a couple years ago, and I think that they are just so pretty. I remember I found them at a yard sale, and I love the color of blue that they are. I think that they just go with the red, white, and blue decor beautifully. And then I have this stack of books here, and I recently found this America First book. It is super old. The pages are falling apart, but it is just beautiful. I wrapped it together with some of these other vintage books and tied some of this lace trim around it. That is another idea of what you can use some of that lace trim and ribbon for. If you find any for a good deal, like at a yard sale or Goodwill bins or a thrift store, then definitely pick it up to use for little things like this to tie around books. It just adds a really beautiful little touch, I think, anyway. And this little bundle of books is going to be available for sale. I'm going to have several patriotic themed pieces listed this week, so definitely keep an eye out for that. I'm going to have some different stacks of books and dishes and things like that that you can add to your summer decor over there. So definitely keep that in mind if you are interested. And then I also have this book here that I thrifted a couple years ago, The Home Front, and I think this is also a book that is just so perfect for your patriotic home. Okay, and now I'm going to share some of the dishes that I love to put out this time of year. So I found this Liberty Bell Bicentennial plate a couple years ago, and it says 1976 on it, and I think, again, it's just so perfect for the 4th. I found that at Goodwill. And then these Liberty Blue ironstone plates I think are also so pretty. I feel like the edges of them match the bicentennial plate really well, even though it's a different set of dishes. I feel like it coordinates really well together. So I was excited when I found these a couple months ago, and I definitely had the 4th of July in mind for these. And this is what the stamp looks like on the back. I've had these displayed in one of my little cabinets right now for spring, but I'm gonna use them propped up somewhere where you can see them better in my summer decor, so definitely keep an eye out for these. That's gonna be it. I hope you all enjoyed coming along, and I hope that you're able to pull some ideas from this of things to look for at the thrift store to add in for your own summer decor. All of these, again, are just very simple things that I did share last year as well, but I'm gonna be keeping my summer decor very minimal and simple this year. We're gonna be very, very busy this summer, so I really wanted to just keep it simple with the patriotic plates, the patriotic books, and of course some little flags. And we are going to be decorating together soon, and I'll share with you what all I'm going to add out and how I'm going to decorate. But I hope that you enjoyed this, like I said, and I will see you all at my very next one.